John Westfall back in downtown Mankato, where again we are set to get the unofficial start of the season underway here. Exhibition hockey tonight. Glad all of you joining us here on WCHA TV. And again, as the Mavericks have just one practice under their belt, they will take to the ice this evening to take on the University of Alberta. See Mike Hastings, last year guiding his team to both the regular season and tournament championship within the WCHA. And on the other side, opposed this afternoon, Serge Lajoie and the Golden Bears of Alberta, who actually last 2 years have won, as we mentioned during the pregame show, the equivalency. It in along the near dasher. Out in front, it's going to be tipped away by Franklin. Far side, however, the shot taken there by Rowley. The Mavericks will finally gain control. Flanagan up ahead now. Franklin, he just taps it in as the Mavericks will clear and get a fresh set of skaters out there. Mavericks, we talked to Mike Hastings before the game, and obviously things passing, just getting lines out on the line, changes of players, all these things, just one day of practice in. Expect to see a few mistakes made as it's going to be played with a hand pass. And the faceoff will come back out to neutral ice area. Lines, of course, they're going to change not only probably throughout the night, but at times period by period as the Maverick coaching staff looking for different combinations of players on the ice. Hunter Brinker trying to get possession of the puck, but it's going to be Carr taking things away for the Golden Bears. Out to center ice. Hunter Brinker just will flip it into the zone, but it's going to be picked up there by Joel Topping, played out to the neutral ice area. Hickmott with it on his backhand, and a pretty good look right there. Huggins has to come out, cut down the angle, forced it to the backhanded shot, which he handled rather routinely. Blake Thompson back for Minnesota State. Played into the corner, picked up now by Gowalowski. Alberta working in their own corner. Tipped out of the zone by Zeb Knutson and back in. Golden Bears have to clear the zone to avoid the offside call. Thompson for the Mavericks. Step in now. Thompson still trying to gather puck possession in the corner and will actually clear for the Mavericks. Braden Lowe back to turn things around for Alberta. Gets hooked up, no call made on that one. Knutson back for the Mavericks. Played over now to Brickley. David Brickley, one of many new Mavericks that we'll see in the lab tonight, and we'll try to obviously get you as familiar with them as quickly as we can as the Mavericks go down what becomes an icing call. So they'll take it back in the zone. I would like to engage with my partner at this point. I have some really great stuff to talk about Dan McCarger, but we'll wait until we clear up some audio issues here. First game for everybody here on the season, including our crew tonight. But again, we're pretty excited to be bringing you Maverick hockey from the Verizon Wireless Center here on WCHA TV, where Mavericks will kick things off coming up this weekend. What a great way for the Mavericks to kick off the season is to take a look at our keys to the game. Mavericks need to do a good job handling the forecheck, setting their own pace. So far it's been all Alberta in that regard, and also again the third key, don't create offense for the Golden Bears. Race to the puck here. Jimmy Mullen unable to track it down, another one of those new freshmen for MSU. And again, we'll see pretty much everybody healthy, suited up. The only one we know we will not see right now, Dylan Margineri, out with an injury tonight, and we hope to be able to get an update on his progress when we get into the first game of the regular season. That'll come up Friday night. The Mavericks start out against the Mavericks, so WCHA champions on Friday and Saturday night, taking on a Final Four team in the NCAA tournament in the Nebraska-Omaha Mavericks. And again, that game coming up, games Friday and Saturday here from downtown Mankato. Of course, we'll have that for you, WCHA TV, and then that's when we kick things off on our own broadcast network here in Minnesota. Maverick Hockey Weekend. Many games also going to be on Comcast and Mediacom this year. So a lot of interest in the Mavericks after last year, a team that spent a brunt of the second half of the season atop the national polls. Sent back in by the Golden Bears, played in there by Jaden Hart. Flanagan back for the Mavericks. Long pass played ahead Foguth. Picked up there by Joel Topping, and now we're going to have a stoppage, and I believe it's going to be offside call. So we'll take the face-off just outside the University of Alberta. Actually, they're going to take it all the way back in front of the Maverick bench. Not even 5 minutes into the contest here. Mavericks without a shot on goal. Quite honestly, most of the game has been played in the Alberta offensive zone as it's played now in on Siemens, and he'll just cover up before the Mavericks can try to create some offense. Dan, how was the pretzel? How's the food? You give it a thumbs up? Very good. I actually checked around. They have some unique stuff here in the bowl end of the arena, stuff I've not seen before. And both you and I enjoy our cuisine, so we'll be looking forward to tasting that. You know, I lost the shaved ice this year. It's true, I know. You look shocked. That was my exact look when I found out. That's my pregame ritual, so I'll have to come up with something new this year. I'm a creature of habit. Hunter Bringer trying to step in for the Mavericks. Carr will hold the zone. Played in on Huggins, and he covers up pretty quickly before Brett Ferguson can make a play for the Bears. But again, early on here, it has been all University of Alberta out shooting the Mavericks now on the board 4-1. And the only shot for the Mavericks was actually a play that started out at center ice, just played in on net. We also, Dan, at some point, hopefully early on in the season, we need to get some of our students down there and check out the new facilities. They, you know, some pretty nice digs down there, and hopefully we can get a camera in at some point, and during one of the intermissions give you an idea about the changes that have happened here at the Verizon Wireless Center.
Just how impressive it is, because right now everything's about half done and half put together, and it looks pretty cool. The weight room looks awesome. So we'll the weight room looks awesome, but it's not done. Training rooms look cool, not quite done, but by Friday I'm sure they're going to be in a lot better situation. Don't think there's any question about that. They'll have things that are a lot better than they were, and as the season goes along, it'll all get put together.
Played back to the point and held in. Back in behind the Maverick net now, played left to Coper. Maverick still trying to get puck possession. It's played back to the point. Well, just feathered in, bouncing puck loose on the net, or on the ice and into the back of the net. There's a shot there, and the score by Dylan Bretto, who had a goal last night as well. So some pretty early and often pressure applied by the Golden Bears results in a goal at 5:35 of the first.
Well, Mike Hastings told us that last year and the year before, the exhibition team games that they played weren't of much help. They're playing a much better team who has a lot of games under their belt already, and it's showing early on.
Played in on net there, as you saw in the replay. Huggins unable to control the rebound. It was just laying there on the ice and sent back into the net by Brito. Koper getting one of the assists on the play along with Yadlowski, and the goal by Dylan Brito at 5:20 or 5:35, and all of a sudden early in the contest, Alberta on top of MSU Mankato 1-0. Blue Bricks, serving serious melting pot American food and drink since 1999. Conveniently located in the heart of downtown Mankato's entertainment district.
Mills Fleet Farms Toyland opens October 17th, 7 a.m. Get the best selection, low prices. Buy now, no interest if paid in full within 6 months.
I sent a pizza emoji to my best friend and she sent me this. I sent a pizza emoji to my brother and he sent me this. I sent one to Domino's and they delivered my favorite pizza. Only Domino's gets me.
Now you can use an emoji to order Domino's.
Mike Hastings, his team down early here in this exhibition contest, 1-0 to the Golden Bears of the University of Alberta. Again, a goal at 5:35. Scored by Dylan Brito, Brennan Yadlowski, and Levko Koper. The assist on that goal. And pretty much the entire first period, for the most part, been played here in the Maverick defensive zone. Dan, we were talking to Coach Hastings before the game, and he said, look at the roster, and these guys are pretty big. They've already, now this is going to be their 7th game, so they've been going for about a month and a half in practice. But you just look at the roster and the size of these guys, only 5 of them are listed under 6 feet. 4 of them are 5'11". So,
well, and the thing is, too, the age of these guys, some of these kids already have kids in school. I think they're so old, but it's a very veteran club. As you mentioned, they've won a couple of national titles at their level. And they're just a very strong team all the way around and already have 7 games under their belt. So that's a huge advantage to them as well.
Cooper trying to dig it out for the Mavericks. Now Bluger on the ice puts on a quick shot, and it bounces away from Siemens, but nobody there for the Mavericks to take care of that rebound. So he'll quickly cover up and take the face off in his own zone.
Odd to look up at the scoreboard and see shots on goal with the other team having more, because that just never happens in this building over the last 3 years.
I think actually last night in the 6-2 loss, however, to St. Cloud,
yes.
Alberta actually outshot the Huskies.
They did.
34-25. Played out to center ice and turned right around by David Brickley.
It's all about the quality of the shot, though. You can have 40 shots and not have them good quality shots. You can have 10 good quality shots and end up winning a game.
Brickley unable to control it at center ice, dumped in by Lowe. Thompson back for Minnesota State. Brickley will lead out a charge 3-on-2 with Bluger. Bluger with a quick shot there. Follow-up rebound kicked aside. Franklin has it for the Mavericks. Trying to play it down low for Gervais. Bryce Gervais. Back for Flanagan, bouncing puck all the way in. Bluger and Franklin were both there, and I know it was redirected at least once, but Siemens covers up on the play.
Always nice to get a crowd in front of the goaltender and see if you can make it hard for him to see. Good deflection by the Mavericks. It didn't go in, but that's a nice little play by the Mavericks early on.
Hunterbringer will now step out on the line also with Brett McClure. Knowles out there for the Mavericks. Hunter Brinker turns one around, plays it into the zone. Mavericks had cleared, so they're onside. Hunter Brinker along boards will play down to the corner for Knowles. Up on top, McClure partially fanned on a one-timer as Hunter Brinker fed him. I can hardly imagine what it's like for these guys to have one of, now obviously they've been in practicing
Yes.
and strength and conditioning, but one official practice and having a game already, it's got to be a little bit of a different experience.
Well, it certainly is. And it's nice, though, to have this at least before Friday and Saturday because it counts Friday and Saturday. And there's a really, really good opponent coming in for the weekend series already. So it's nice to get this one out of the way no matter what happens and no matter how you play, just to shake the cobwebs out a little bit.
Breakout pass is picked up by Koper, who then took care of that check by Steppen. Utsi. Jordan Nelson plays it off the boards. Knutson with a quick shot. That one was steered out. Siemens actually collided with his own player. It's going to be played out of the zone as they were trying to break or hit a breaking Brickley on the play. Thompson for the Mavericks. Ahead now for Steen Cooper. Picked up by Jordan Rowley for the Golden Bears.
He's picking up a little bit for the Mavericks. Got to like the jump on their skates a little bit more control of the puck.
Four players, and an official were in on that play in the corner. Played out now. And then off a skate on the shot by Rowley. Schwalbe redirects that one into the corner for the Mavericks, flipped up and over the glass. Face off. Looks like it's going to stay in the Maverick zone.
That noise you hear is the pom-poms of the cheerleaders on the stairs to our right.
A little slim in the crowd, obviously a very nice October day. And I don't know if they necessarily had planned this against the Vikings game against Denver, which must be nearing the halfway point, Dan?
It's actually in the third quarter.
Oh, already the third quarter, my goodness. Gervais brings it in along with Franklin, trying to play one over for Franklin, but it was a nice job there defensively by Thomas Carr to kind of break up that intended pass.
Great speed by Gervais. Really got open for the first time today.
Well, one of the big questions on the season, Dan, is, without Leitner, what kind of offense is Gervais going to be able to create? And he looked good on that rush up the ice with Franklin.
He's one of the niftier guys that the Mavericks have with the puck. He's extremely fast, has great hands, so got to believe he's going to be just fine. I mean, it's not something that he would prefer to not have Matt Leitner, but the situation is that, and I think he's going to be okay.
Utsi up ahead for Knowles, tips it into the zone. Played at the line by Hunter Brinker onside. Takes a shot from Erdlowski.
I don't know if anybody was more important
Boy, Utsi just got dropped on that play, and Fisher was kind of in the way on that one as well. And all of a sudden, when Utsi looked up, he got sent to the ice pretty quickly. Back the other way come the Golden Bears.
I'm starting to say that I don't know that there's a player that was more important in the second half of the season for motivation and effort than Michael Hunterbrinker for this Maverick team. I think he really came on the second half of last year. When they needed energy, he came on the ice and he provided it.
Quickly turned around now. Brito with the goal in the first period, flips it into the corner, and Golden Bears are off on the line change. Knutson played now off for Hunterbrinker as the Mavericks clear. Knutson dumps it into the zone. Near side it'll come with Sawyer Lang. Hart, they quickly turned around at the line by Brinkley. Here comes Jordan Nelson for the Mavericks with Knutson trailing. The rebound is there, but nice job defensively by Lang to collapse on that play, as the rebound definitely had carried him over to the weak side. Hart.
Knutson was there just about a half a step late, Don, but nice hustle by the Mavericks and good opportunity.
Thompson. Zeb Knutson is able to clear for the Mavericks, but it's sent right back in on net where Huggins has to play for Minnesota State. Thompson. Jordan Nelson now will carry it into the zone. Lead pass a little too far for Steppen, but it's at the point. Shot by Flanagan is steered aside by the defense. Joel Topping. Carr carries it out. Left off to a breaking Reddick, and he had a quick shot. He also scored a goal last night, as we mentioned, in the 6-2 loss to the Huskies of St. Cloud State. Foguth now all the way along the boards to the far point where Topping has it. Sent back in now behind the net. Dangerous play there as the pass intended for Jamie Crooks, but he wasn't able to pull the trigger. Steen Cooper on the far side. Cooper for the Mavericks. Still with some puck possession as he's being jostled with by Carr on the play. Near side Reddick for the Golden Bears will clear. Schwalbe.
Well, Don, we've seen 13 minutes of the Bears, and I got to be honest, I think this team would acquit themselves pretty well in WCHA.
I think they'd do fine.
I think they'd be okay.
Well, and again, as you mentioned, the decision in an exhibition contest, you're allotted one by the NCAA. The Mavericks the past couple years take on the likes of Lethbridge and come out pretty cleanly. And because of that, Mike Hasty thought maybe his team started the season a little sluggishly.
I'm not certain that the Mavericks have played a tougher early part of the schedule than they played this year. And I think he wanted to make sure they got off on the right foot right away, understanding that they're going to have to play awfully hard. Now, you get a game where you score 12 goals and you have 80 shots. A lot of times you start thinking you're a lot better than you are, and he does not want them to be complacent going into this season.
Mavericks still trying to clear as it's held in along the far boards. Now picked up by Brito.
Oh.
And another goal.
Weird deflection, weird bounce.
Mavericks just struggling there to clear the zone. And because of that, with that consistent pressure, looks like Brito had the goal. He is second of the game, third of the weekend.
Well, get a look at it here. Just chipped out in front, and I think it just deflected off of one of the Mavericks, and into the net it goes.
Hope we can pick it up from this angle. Looks like it actually went far post at a very low.
If it just caught the post and bounced out or bounced in, I'm not sure. I thought originally it might have deflected, but the way it was flying there, it probably just caught the post and in. Pretty tough angle.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Brito unassisted on the play at 15:39. Another chance down low. Hops just over the stick of Braden Lowe as he took a nice play from Lucas Nichols.
Third point of the game for Mike Hastings. Don't create offense, and they just about did right there.
Mavericks trail here late in the first period. Alberta 2, Minnesota State Mankato 0.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey, buddy, come smell those flowers.
Don't be shy, come on.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Your business is more than just your work. It's a representation of your achievements and your dreams. Ide Bailey understands this. We take the time to understand your business and your goals so we can deliver solutions that make sense for your business. And you'll be connected to the knowledge and resources you need to feel confident making business decisions and embracing opportunities. Success is demanding. We've got your back. Experience the Ide Bailey difference.
Don Westfall, Dan McCarger back in downtown Mankato late in the first period to play. A couple goals on the board scored by Dylan Brito. And that man right there, Cole Huggins, giving up the 2 goals on 11 shots that he's faced. Not the kind of percentage we would hope to see during the regular season. Again, we anticipate Huggins getting 1 period of play, followed up by then Aaron Nelson, Jason Pulaski, each of the Mavericks' 3 goaltenders on the roster, seeing 20 minutes of action this evening. And that would be unless, for whatever reason, Coach Hastings says, hey, he wants to get Cole Huggins some confidence, and he's going to have to, you would think, based on the accolades of 2 years ago, Cole Huggins would be the guy to start the season.
He'd be the guy you hoped would be the guy because, so imagine, he was the WCHA goaltender champion, and freshman of the year. Had a great rookie season. Then last year just disappeared off the face of the earth pretty much after his first 4 games. And from that point on, it was all Stephon Williams. And hopefully for the Mavericks, we see the Cole Huggins of 2 years ago. Because that kid was pretty good.
Yeah, chance down low.
Whoa.
Hart as the goal comes off its moorings, and they're going to say that the faceoff is going to stay in the Maverick zone. But another turnover there by the Mavericks, and Hart pretty quickly got behind them in the zone and put in a good shot.
Well, I think anybody who's ever played a sport before knows that if you're playing your first game and you're playing a team that's played a number of games, it's an advantage to the other team. There's no question about it. You're just trying to figure out who's who and where you're supposed to be, and the other team is flying up and down the ice like they've done it before. So they have an advantage, but the Mavericks aren't going to want any excuses. They're going to need to get out here and play a little bit better, stop turning the puck over.
Foguth. Long breakout pass there for Gervais, but he put himself offside.
Good look, though.
It was. Play right off the face-off in the Maverick zone. Shots on goal. We mentioned Huggins has seen 11. 6 put on by the Mavericks, so they've been outshot here. And there's early domination by Alberta. First 5 minutes, virtually everything was played in the Maverick defensive zone. 1 goal resulted of that, and again, it's 2-0 for Alberta here late in the first period of play as Hickman with the shot, steered away. Cooper, he puts on a quick shot himself. Siemens is there for the save.
Followed a shot to the net rather nicely, but nothing doing.
And we believe we have our last break of the first period, and we will take that. Inside 5 minutes remaining, it's 2-0 Alberta. Well, all right, we'll keep it here, Dan. Apparently we were so insightful, they're going to keep us here for at least one more segment.
Not sure why, well, that's the normal time, but
again,
it's the first game for everybody.
Exactly. Oh, that one just hopped off with the stick of McClure. He's had a chance with some open net on the weak side. Thompson for the Mavericks drives it in.
WCHA playoffs last year, McClure buries that.
Hart, another heavy hit at center ice, and body's starting to fly a little bit. David Brickley, McClure, race for the puck now. Knowles will catch up to it first, trying to play it out in front.
Oh.
There's a good look for Hunterbrinker. Got it through some traffic and a nice save for Siemens. Jaden Hart. Huggins will steer it behind his own net over for Flanagan. Gives away to Foguth. Zeb Knutson. Hunterbrinker will dump it into the zone. Lang is back for the Bears. Brought out by Alberta. And then it's played up into the Maverick bench area. Must have touched somebody up in the bench.
Now
we'll get our stoppage of play and our last break of the first period again as you're watching MSU Hockey here on WCHA TV.
Keep heating costs down with a Vogelzang pellet stove from Mills Fleet Farm. It's on sale, $899.95. 1-ton Superior Premium Fuel Pellets, only $234.99. Men's Field and Forest flannel or fleece lined jeans are on sale, just $29.99 a pair. Walnuts make baked goods taste even better. Select 1-pound bags, on sale, $5.99. And don't forget baby, new to Mills Fleet Farm, Pampers, Huggies, and Love's Diapers.
TV is the best. Nice try, Eva. Texting is better.
Nothing's better than Twitter.
Smartwatches are the future.
Your entrees.
Hearty.
But mine orders Domino's.
So does mine.
I can order Domino's on Twitter.
So can a text. Pizza emoji sent, Domino's ordered. Smiley face.
Use your favorite device to order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each.
.348 left to go here. As you can see in the first period of play, Mike Hastings and his team down 2-0. Lots of new faces on the Maverick team. We've had a chance to talk about a few of them tonight so far. Steen Cooper, freshman forward out of Duncan, British Columbia. Daniel Brickley, Sandy, Utah. Jimmy Mullen's been out there as well from Cincinnati, Ohio. Brian Schwalbe out of Anchorage. See about half of the new freshman class on the ice at this point. Knutson, Flanagan. Steppen is after it. Picked up by Rowley. Now Jordan Nelson for the Mavericks trying to create the turnover. It's going to be flipped out to center ice. All of a sudden, there's an opportunity the other way. Legault, and somehow both Foguth and Flanagan let him slip past them at the blue line. Steppen trying to find some room out front, trying to feed one through the slot over to Jordan Nelson, but he was tied up on the play. Lang the other way for the Bears puts one in on net, and Utsi picks it up for Minnesota State.
Mike Hastings told us at times it might look like a fire drill out here, and last couple of seconds it's kind of been that way. A lot of running up and down.
I think a lot of, let's say, just the idea that we have a lot of tape to watch here. And
Yes.
Again, we talked to the coach about that before the game. And, obviously they want to set the tone and make sure that this is a tough place to play. And that starts with just the game day experience of the team and how you approach it at home and, playing it, getting down to the arena and things like that as a loose puck. And finally, I think it's covered up by Siemens. So, all of that, what you do during the day at home, preparation, that just doesn't come naturally. It's kind of an approach you take to that, and you want to establish that. But he did indicate, obviously, with just one practice, we are going to have some things to talk about. We would expect that. We haven't even gotten to the special teams aspect of things yet.
Imagine a football team. You have one practice and you kick it off the next day. How do you even practice for that?
I can't even fathom that. No, at any level.
Yeah, and I mean, really, when you think about it, it's just not fair to anybody. Now, luckily, these games don't count, but it's just the situation that it is, and you have to deal with it. Problem is, Friday night they count already,
and it's a big one.
Yeah,
as the Mavericks found out last year, is a quick shot off the point. Those early season non-conference games, all of a sudden, when Mavericks got on a roll right before Christmas. It was those non-conference wins that the Mavericks had piled up against quality opponents that gave them what eventually was the top seed going into the national tournament.
I'll guarantee one thing. The Mavericks will win next weekend.
Yes. Both games.
Well, both games.
Could have a tie, I suppose.
Well, I suppose, but
Mavericks will win. Yes. Mavericks will play. Thompson. Schwalbe just taps it out of the zone. He'll pick up a loose puck. Feed it to the near side. Brickley trying to sidestep one defender, but in doing so lost puck possession. Flanagan now for the Mavericks. Brickley again with it.
As much as Minnesota State Mankato's got to be saying, why are we playing UNO right off the bat? I'm sure Dean Blaze is going, why are we going to Minnesota State for the first weekend? I'm sure he would rather see them later on in the season and maybe a little bit easier opening weekend, but it is what it is for both teams.
McClure tried to go up high with the shot. Played down through the crease area, wide of Knowles, who was tied up with Siemens on the play. Hunter Pringer will try to catch up to the puck and does, still loose. It's picked up by Braden Lowe. Now a four-player scrum behind the net. Hunter Pringer will pick it up. Out in front, trying to feed Foguth, does a backhand, and Siemens is there to cover up as Knowles was looking for a redirect. Mavericks, so that's a good shift that they just put out there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by Foguth. Gets rid of the puck, then comes right back to him. He goes right towards the net and gets off a shot, nice and low. Opportunity for a deflection, doesn't go in, but he attacked the net pretty hard.
Jordan Nelson will step in for this draw in between Steppen and Knutson for the Mavericks. Mavericks with a little bit of a flurry here, still trail as far as shots on goal, 15-10. But the Mavericks have spent a brunt of the first period of play with just about 5 shots on goal, so they've picked up and doubled that total here in recent moments. Down about 35 seconds remaining in the period as Carr picks it up, 2-0 lead for the Golden Bears. Again, they lost last night in the first of the 2-game American swing for University of Alberta, 6-2 loss to St. Cloud State. Finally poked out of boards and played out to center ice, flipped up there where it's picked up by Jordan Rowley. Utsi puts one in. It'll go on net. And before Jordan Nelson can get there with 1.3 seconds remaining on the board, Mavericks will get the benefit of a late face-off in the zone.
And later in the season, you'll have a play put together for something like this. I would say early on, it's pretty hard to imagine that the Mavericks have anything other than try to win the face-off towards the net and go.
Bluger will step in and try to play it back to Franklin for a quick shot. Off some traffic, and it's flipped up over the glass as the horn blows, and we're at the end of the first period of play. Again, a couple of goals for University of Alberta, both of them scored by Dylan Brado. 5:35 the time of the first goal, 15:39 the time of the second, and after one period of play, it's Alberta 2 and Minnesota State Mankato nothing. We'll take a break, come back with the first intermission.
Now is the time to move during the Models on the Move closeout at Snell Motors. Get huge model year-end savings like the 2015 GMC Terrain, just $28,908. That's $43,477 in savings. And save over $4,000 on a 2015 Buick Encore. Was $32,160, now only $27,887. Or the 2015 GMC Acadia, over $6,000 in savings. Get more without paying more during the Models on the Move closeout. Only at Snell Motors. Online at snellmotors.com.